So I guess really the point of what everything I say is and really is axiomatic. It starts. It's beauty for beauty's sake, and beauty has intertwined with it elements of viability and I think what makes it special is that it also has imbued with it a variant function that adds a new element to itself. It adds a new element to the system. And there's that part of it that works in conjunction with the regulating factors which also make up beauty. But usually we divide them from beauty as soon as we can discern them. So it's kind of like beauty becoming ever more strange or mystical. The more we look into beauty and we discern things like rationality, then we can whittle down beauty and concentrate on what it is, and it's like a never-ending pond or pool, and that's infinitely deep. But the more we discern what isn't beautiful, what we discern as constraints, and when we internalize those constraints, then we can transcend them in a way that allows us to focus on what's beautiful. This is all very metaphysical, or up in the air, and the actual practical operation of this looks like the process of evolution. I'm describing its spirit as I see it, and it is a hypothesis that can never really be proven, because it does try to take everything and put it into the account, but it doesn't account for everything, because beauty is this really undefined quality that we're attracted to, and the attraction is the inductive spirit that science can never interpolate, because induction is really divine, or is a process of discerning beauty, or a process of so we have and we've invented deduction, but deduction doesn't exist in the world. It's really just a model. It's a useful model. It helps elucidate things that happen to be useful, but they're not true in the epistemological sense. So the type of thing reality is, and I think you can reconcile this with quantum mechanics, is that it's information. Information read by a system. So I haven't given this aspect much thought, so that's as much as I'll touch on it here. I hope this isn't so esoteric. I hope people can relate to it. Might be very hard how I talk. I am using my introverted intuition a lot. I think the aesthetic sensibility, when in its full sense, is all the functions of consciousness, all the cognitive functions of consciousness, used in a balanced equilibrium. That would be the best standard of which to appraise things. That would be the ultimate aesthetic. That is largely what the group aesthetic is, although it's a bit unbalanced because we have different demographics. We have less intuitives than we have senses. maybe we need that at the moment. Maybe we need to be rooted in our environment, or maybe it's we can't look at how many intuitives there were in the past, how many there are now. We've just stopped recording such things, or we haven't really. Even the demographers don't include it. It would be interesting to see what the numbers look like and what they look like now, and how it's changed, and then we can get a sense of the pattern, or of the system's changing aesthetic. Maybe maybe intuition is dying out. I very doubt that. Sort of, it had. And you can relate so much of what I say to classics, because I think the Romans and the Greeks, they had such a greater sense of the aesthetic and its worth, and I think they had more access to this because they had just created civilization, or the metaphysical philosophy, and so and we've just sort of taken on those things, and we lost the natural philosophy that. They didn't know about evolution. Evolution came quite late after philosophy. It's only recently that evolution came about, and this is just the latest evolutionary interpretation or animation. I hope this is useful.